My dad's always taking care of you, Keiichi. You can deal with it.
You Keiichi and now he's quitting? What do you think you're doing? He was indispensable to this company. My name is Keiichi Sato. I work at a major textile manufacturer, Doki Doki Fabric. Got a minute? I need to confirm something about our contract with Waku Waku Company. Hey, what do you think you're doing?
Oh? Come on, my dad's always taking care of you, Keiichi. You can deal with it.
My wife Minami is Doki Doki Fabric's president's daughter.
I don't mind divorcing right now, but Koike already has a fiancé. I don't want Dad catching on until that's wrapped up.
You don't want to stir things up with President Shiraoka either, do you, Sato?
He's Takumi Koike, head of planning. Ugh, the nerve of them.
What is with those two? That was way out of line.
Guess it's time I started moving too. Some time later, Koike broke off his engagement and got engaged with Minami. I divorced her and resigned from the company. You Keiichi and now he's quitting? What do you think you're doing? He was indispensable to this company.
Indispensable? Keiichi was.
We entrusted him with handling tough international standards, like Oikotex and ISO and quality assurance, remember?
I know that, but it's not like Keiichi even held a title.
Precisely, so he could use his talent. No management post, full focus on the shop floor. Keiichi is a quality control expert, and he even issued directives on the production side. Our overseas expansion and strong results were thanks to his relentless quality checks.
Expert? You mean that evaluation system we rolled out a while back? No one told me about that.
We implemented it because of him. Different department from yours. He's not the type to show off, that's why he didn't say anything.
Why wouldn't he say anything?
Without him, production is in chaos. How are we supposed to fix this? I want to call him back, but that's impossible now.
So Minami and Koike's affair caused this, and we're just not saying it out loud? Turning a blind eye to a compliance breach. He really can't see anything other than work, can he?
There's no problem for operations. I've already secured a replacement.
I doubt you'll find someone who can take care of Keiichi's work that easily.
It's fine. He's one of Koike's contacts. He'll be talented for sure.
For our sake, I hope it works. A few days later.
From a lawyer? Oh, Keiichi. Alimony for the divorce? Ugh, what a hassle.
We can cover the alimony.
Gah.
No way. It's that much?
Brutal, but filing an objection would look bad.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. Bit of shock, but totally fine.
Really? That's my Koike? I'm not fine at all. I won't even be able to go to the spa for a while.
Haha. We'll have to tighten our belts from here on.
1 week later.
Ha! You want to cancel the job change?
Sato left because of your affair, right? Stepping into that role makes me feel lousy, frankly.
But the offer's great.
That's not all. I checked what Sato actually handled. There's no way I can take that over.
What?
From your description, I thought it was simple inspection work. In reality, he wasn't just doing inspections. He issued concrete directions on manufacturing methods. That takes not only international standards expertise, but encyclopedic knowledge of production across the board. Following someone who did all that solo, that's way out of my depth.
Wait! Come on, don't do this! No way, the stand-in bails on us. At this rate.
Meanwhile, after resigning, I went independent and launched a consulting firm. Thanks for coming with me on this new venture.
We're the ones who should be thanking you. Today's lecture was fantastic. Such a rare learning experience. The moment Tokimeki Consulting went solo, requests poured in. It's honestly amazing.
There aren't many consultants with on-site experience in international standards compliance. Even I'm surprised at how busy we've gotten.
It's the result of your hard work, Mr. Sato. You moved me from production to quality assurance, then trained me from zero. I'm sticking with you from here on out.
Haha, thanks. After the lecture, we headed straight to a meeting with Days Corp.
To raise our quality and win the contract with Waku Waku Company, we'll enlist Tokimeki Consulting and review every stage of the process.
Isn't that exactly what we've been doing up till now?
What do you mean by that?
Sure, having Tokimeki Consulting review our workflow from their perspective would help. But that would be a one-off fix. If we've got access to top talent, we shouldn't just review, we should rebuild from zero. Instead of patching the old flow, we should design a process that meets a higher standard. That will keep paying off. Huh?
This woman.
You've got a point.
Miss Nagisa, how about you take the lead on this project?
Oh yeah, that's great! Huh? Me lead it? I don't have the know-how. That's not true. You prepared those materials, didn't you, Miss Ohira? They were crystal clear, and it shows just how much you've studied. Plus, everything you've said in this meeting has been spot on.
With you as leader, we'll finally move forward constructively.
Really?
That could work. It would also give a younger member real experience.
I want to try. This is a huge responsibility. You'll be fine, Miss Ohira. You were already leading the meeting. You think so? You saying that makes me happy. I never imagined my path would cross with Mr. Sato like this.
Eh?
To tell the truth, I was once engaged to Koike. Ah!
Is that so?
Yes. So this all feels a little surreal.
I can imagine. Meanwhile, Doki Doki Fabric, spurned by the persons slated to replace Keiichi, spiraled into chaos.
We're missing another deadline? How many times is this? The complaints keep flooding in.
This is your fault. Mr. Sato left, the replacement fell through. You two threw the floor into turmoil for your own convenience. How are you going to take responsibility?
Ugh.
This is a disaster. What's your plan? True, no one's taken over Sato's duties. But our standards are clearly defined, so the tasks are obvious. We just need a thorough manual. Share it across every production stage and things will run smoother than before. Then we verify the manual is actually being followed.
Exactly. Systems trump people. It's more efficient and it cuts costs.
In theory, maybe, but it won't be that simple. Still, we don't have another idea.
You're all being far too naive.
Some time later.
Contract terminated? What do you mean?
We found a better manufacturer, so we're switching.
Which company?
A place called Days Co.
Days? That's not a huge outfit, is it?
We'd done small orders with them before, but they brought in an excellent consultant recently and their quality shot up.
What?
They can now meet international standards. They took our needs on board. So we're going full custom with them.
Don't tell me that consultant is...
You've guessed it, Tokimeki Consulting.
I knew it! Keiichi. Ever since he went independent, I keep hearing his name everywhere.
If I recall, Day's rep said Mr. Sato, your former employee, used to be at Doki Doki Fabric, right? Losing him must have hurt.
Soon after, Koike's pet project was flagged for safety violations under international standards, and one overseas contract after another was suspended.
That's impossible. We followed the manual to the letter. And maybe it's not just the product at fault. Legacy contracts are falling through too. Why is this happening?
That's the reality of overseas clients and international standards. Even a trace level excess of a chemical, one strike you're out. And they immediately review your existing contracts. Keiichi used to handle this with uncompromising vigor.
Even so, this many suspensions is abnormal.
The violation is probably just the trigger. Since Sato left, people inside have been reporting quality slippage. I'd already ordered urgent countermeasures, but we were too late.
This can't be happening!
Our business leans heavily on foreign markets. We're in serious trouble. Downsizing is inevitable and bankruptcy is on the horizon. At this point, we have no choice but to ask Keiichi for help.
Ask? Keiichi?
Yes, there's no other path.
I never realized Sato was carrying that much.
Incredible! These standards match the new project perfectly, and they're so easy to follow. Even the candidate chemicals and dye temperature adjustments are dialed in. This manual is as good as it gets. When did you grow this much?
I wrote down everything you taught me, Mr. Sato.
Everything?
Yep. Back at Doki Doki Fabric, you were always saving me. I was in a hurry to become someone who could pull my weight.
Noah's believed in me from way back, and when I struck out on my own, she came with me. I'm really glad I asked you to join.
You know, I originally worked in production.
Ah, that's right, you did.
The truth is, I requested a transfer from production to quality assurance. Because I admired you.
You did?
Yes? I was too embarrassed to say anything.
I had no idea. That makes me happy.
Mr. Sato, you've got a wonderful subordinate.
I sure do. Hello?
Shiraoka here. It's been a while. Could I trouble you for a bit of your time?
So that's what's been happening.
Yes. We'd like you to audit our organization to determine the problems and prevent a recurrence. The president himself should be coming to you, but I'm terribly sorry.
You have nothing to apologize for.
Thank you. The livelihoods of innocent employees are on the line. We will absolutely hold the president accountable, so please.
Understood. I'll help. Together with Noah, I headed over to Doki Doki Fabric. And over several days, we conducted a top-to-bottom audit.
Were you able to determine where the responsibility lies?
Yes, we found it plain as day.
Where? Which step in the process?
Hurry up and tell us!
The responsibility lies with this manual.
Ah!
The manual is at fault. That manual was created based on the standards.
I'll explain why. It's true the manual is flawless. It covers every single standard.
Then why did this happen?
Because having a perfect manual lulled everyone into autopilot. Production turned into a conveyor belt mindset.
Huh?
On the floor, exceptions always happen. Weather, lot differences, the machine's condition, results swing all the time. Even for the same product, you have to tune things case by case. But people stopped doing that. By rigidly codifying each step, everyone focused on following the step, and lost a sense of ownership for the finished product.
So the perfection backfired?
Exactly. This safety breach was a chemical overage. It overshot the standard by a wide margin. There's no looking the other way. And it happened because minor deviations and manual exceptions stacked up in a complex way. It wasn't one person's mistake, the problem was structural.
So that's it?
Also, international standards are revised practically every year. Hard-coding the standards themselves into a manual is actually inefficient. Noah, please show them your manual. As you can see, instead of copying standards verbatim, it maps the process to the actual project and keeps the whole picture in view. It functions as a guiding compass, not a script. What Noah chose to codify are options and responses, leaving room, the white space, for the operator to think. Compliance to standards carries responsibility, doubly so with international norms. You treated that responsibility lightly with me, and with this manual.
So we were the ones lacking a sense of responsibility?
Keiichi, come back to us. This is the company that raised you. Huh? What are you even saying? After how you treated Mr. Sato, you've got some nerve asking that. What's it to you? We worked in the same place, it's very much my business. And cheating aside, you two dumped huge burdens on production. Mr. Koike, you rammed through concepts that were impossible to replicate. Ignored the line with last-minute spec changes no matter how much we protested. Miss Minami, with shaky product knowledge, you sold things anyway. And production had to constantly clean up by re-explaining and correcting things to clients.
That's...
We only did what we had to do to get results. I understand why you're highly rated. You've got flashy wins. But you chase the spotlight. And never look at the groundwork or the fine details the shop floor carries. She's absolutely right.
What's this about?
I've held my tongue long enough. I'm at my limit. Miss Minami forced through outrageous contracts by hiding behind her father. And Mr. Koike only ever catered to himself and Miss Minami. Not even pretending to care about other opinions. And you too, President.
What are you accusing me of?
You turned a blind eye to their compliance violations. Mr. Sato suffered harm while working under the same roof. It's absurd that there were no consequences.
But... Fine. I want to apologize personally for everything that happened. I'm sorry. I'll come down hard on both of them. Can't you return to our company?
I can't. Days Co's woven fabric for Waku Waku Company earned stellar marks. And we've just landed a deal with a top-tier global sports brand. Tokimeki Consulting will be deeply involved. So we can't start any business with Doki Doki Fabric now.
Days Co? That's the company where my ex-fiancé Nagisa works. You landed something that big?
Well, then our company will...
That's not for you to worry about anymore.
What do you mean?
I've already briefed the board and the shareholders about this incident. About your tolerance of the compliance breaches and how it brought the company to the brink.
Ah!
Quiet talks have already begun to decide the next president behind the scenes. No way!
You've got to be kidding!
A few days later, an emergency meeting was held at Doki Doki Fabric.
Our overseas transactions, the backbone of our business, have been devastated. And we can't find talent versed in international standards to cover the gap. At this rate, we can't keep operating as is. We'll need a major downsizing and staff reductions.
Mr. Shiraoka, you've done something truly serious. I apologize.
The presidential transition has already been decided. From here on out, do your utmost to help restore performance as a regular employee.
Regular employee? Not even an executive?
Of course not. This compliance breach is grave. Miss Minami Shiraoka and Mr. Takumi Koike disrupted company discipline.
and people quit because of it.
Ah!
Worse, our current slump stems from no one being able to take over the work those leavers handled. We can't keep anyone who'd overlook that on the executive team. Be grateful you're allowed to remain at all.
Understood.
Miss Shiraoka, Mr. Koike.
Yes?
Yes? Your actions are utterly inexcusable. Expect appropriate disciplinary measures. Ready yourselves.
I never imagined it would come to this.
We should have kept our feet on the ground. After that, Minami and Koike, having lost their place in the company, resigned voluntarily. Their engagement was called off as well. Minami began job hunting, but she's picky about the work and hasn't found anything.
Even Dad won't help me. What am I supposed to do?
The president was held responsible and stepped down from his post. He stayed on as a regular employee. But the looks from those around him are harsh, and he's said to feel very small. Koike struck out as a freelance designer but hasn't landed a single contract.
Another technically impossible to reproduce. Is it because I don't know production? I can design, but it doesn't lead to work. How am I paying next month's rent?
Meanwhile, Tokimeki Consulting is thriving. Today we're attending Days Corp's Project Success Party.
Miss Nagisa, you look even more stunning than usual. That dress is gorgeous. Thank you. I hardly ever wear things like this. It's so embarrassing. Maybe the next time we'll be at your wedding, you two.
Hey, hold on.